Hey guys, hope you're doing well today. Just wanted to bring another social story to you today at our YouTube channel, Kanani Weinman. Hopefully, you can find us on YouTube and find some access to some lessons while you're at home doing some distance learning. So, again, I hope you're doing well and wanted to bring a lesson today again about compassion and something that's really important. We have talked a lot about throughout this year about empathy, and what I would call compassion is empathy in action. It's the action of showing empathy, what you do for someone when you feel their feelings. So empathy is understanding how someone feels. So kind of you could understand, you could imagine how they feel, you can kind of feel what they would feel, sort of. And then compassion, it leads you to do something that is kind for someone that you feel for. So let's say an example would be your friend stubs your toe and you say, "Oh, I can imagine how bad that feels." And so you help them. The way to show compassion is you help them go inside to the nurse and you help them get ice for their toe. Or maybe empathy could be you have a friend who maybe has a grandpa and grandma who are sick, and your way to show compassion would maybe to send them a card or to send them a gift of some kind. And that's a way to show compassion. It's empathy, feeling, connecting to what they feel, but then doing something kind for them. And so we're going to do a social story about compassion. So I hope that you got your thinking brains on. Hopefully you can connect to some of the characters in this story and see if maybe you have maybe shown compassion before in the past, or maybe someone has shown compassion to you. So what I first want you to do is I'm going to show you the picture, and then I want you to pause the video and again look for social cues. So you're going to look at what the situation is first, then we're going to talk again, and then you're going to look at what the person might be feeling and pause the video during that time, and then we'll go on with the story. So really want to make sure you got your thinking brains on, and you're going to use your imagination to kind of figure out what's going on in the situation and make some good hypotheses, which means a good guess about what you think is happening. Okay, so showing compassion. Okay, here is the picture, and the characters in this story are Raj and Cody. Okay, so I want you to look. And when you look at this story, I want you to pause the video and make a hypothesis about what is happening. Okay, go ahead and pause the video. Okay, I hope you paused the video and you were able to think a little bit about what was going on in the picture. Now I want you to explore their feelings. Now, the way to do this is to be a social spy. Look at their faces, look at their bodies, look at their heads, see what kind of things they're doing with their faces and with their body language to clue you into how they might be feeling. Go ahead. Okay, I hope you paused the video and you were able to see what was going on. And now we're going to get into the story. So, here's Cody and Raj. Cody came to school on crutches today, and he's telling Raj how he feels about missing the kickball game at recess. Now look at Cody. Think about how he feels about missing the game. What do you think he feels? Maybe pause the video and take a guess. How would someone who obviously likes to play kickball, who is now on crutches, how are they feeling? Okay, I hope you paused the video. I could make a guess that he probably feels pretty sad about what's going on. He doesn't like that he's on crutches and that he misses out on a game. Think for a second about you. Have you ever missed out on something you really wanted to do? Maybe you were disappointed about not getting to go to a special birthday party. Maybe you missed out on a certain TV show that you wanted to watch, or maybe on the other side of it, maybe someone of your friends told you about something they missed out on. Maybe they didn't get to play a video game they liked and they were sad about that, or maybe they did bad on a test and they're feeling sad about that. So maybe not something that just happened to you, but maybe you've been able to hear from a friend who's had something that they were sad about. So again, I want you to look and think about how he's feeling. It looks like his head is down, right? That's Cody, and his head is down. His eyes are kind of closed, and his mouth isn't smiling. Those things kind of tell me that he is probably feeling sad, or maybe another way to say it is disappointed. Disappointed is like putting sad and upset together. If you put the words sad and upset together, those kind of together can make the word, not an actual spelling, but it makes the word kind of disappointed. That's a good combination to make the word disappointed. And we can tell again because you look at his shoulders are kind of slumped, his head is down, his eyes are down, his mouth is closed, it's not smiling. So now we're thinking about empathy. Could you understand how Cody feels? Have you ever had something like that happen to you? Pause the video and talk about that with someone with you. Okay, I hope you're able to pause and talk to someone about it. Now, what skills for learning are helping Raj to listen? Remember, in the past, at the beginning of this year, we talked about using eyes watching, ears listening, voice off, and our bodies calm. When we have our eyes watching and our ears listening, we can show empathy, and actually we can just show kindness and respect to our friends if we are using our eyes watching and ears listening, so then they know that we care about them because our eyes are showing them we're listening and our ears are showing them listening. The last part we need to have is our voices off, so then they know we're focused on what they're telling us. Because even if our eyes are watching them but our mouth is talking, they might not think we're listening because we're talking. But if our voice is off, they will know we're listening to them, especially if our eyes are looking at them. So eyes are watching them and ears listening. Those are good skills for learning when you're listening to a friend, so you can learn what's going on in their world and they can know you're listening. Okay, so Raj is focusing on Cody and listening carefully to what he is saying. He asks Cody questions to find out more. This shows he's listening. Did you catch that last part? It says he asks questions. That's a good way to show you're listening too. So if you ever have a friend who's trying to tell you maybe a fun story about what they did over the weekend, or maybe they did a fun trip during summer vacation, or maybe they had a fun time with their family, a good way would be to ask questions like, "Oh, what did that make you feel when you did that?" Or how often do you get to go do trips like that? Or asking questions to let them know you're interested. So Raj was showing that to Cody, who has an injury. So, as Raj is listening to Cody, he notices his face and body clues that help him understand how Cody feels. He also can understand Cody's point of view since they've been playing kickball at recess for weeks. Raj understands what Cody feels. This is called, what's that word we've been talking about in the past? Hope you can pause the video and let me know. It's called empathy. Empathy is understanding what other people feel. And now we're going to take it to the step further. Not only understanding, but showing compassion. It's empathy in action. All right, here we go. Focusing attention and listening to Cody helped Raj have empathy. He wants to do something to show concern. Think about what Raj can do or say to show his concern. Maybe pause the video and talk with someone about what he could do. Okay. Caring about how others feel, show concern for them, and that's called compassion. Compassion, again, is empathy in action. Raj asks himself what he can do to help Cody feel better about missing the kickball game. He decides to ask the teacher if he can stay inside to play games with Cody instead of playing kickball with the other kids. The teacher agrees, and Raj tells Cody. Wow, think about that. Raj did something that was what I call very selfless, meaning he wasn't selfish. He wasn't thinking about himself. He was focusing on caring about Cody. So instead of thinking about what he wanted, which would be to go play kickball, instead he thinks, what would Cody want? How can I help Cody feel better? And so he did something that was very kind and compassionate. He went inside and played with Cody at an inside game that they both could play. That's called compassion. So, how do you think Cody feels about Raj staying inside with him? Pause the video and guess. I hope you shouldn't have to guess too hard. Okay, I hope that you were able to guess. Yes, Cody feels happy and excited. What could Cody say to Raj to show he appreciates it? That's a great question. What could he say to Raj? I hope you're thinking what I am. Thank you! He should be saying thank you, thank you, thank you for being a good friend to me and being compassionate to me when I'm not able to do the things I normally like to do. So, they enjoy playing games together and they end up having a lot of fun, even as much fun as they might have had playing kickball. So, I'm going to give some scenarios and you're going to tell me how to be compassionate. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the scenarios in the discussion part of the video below, and you're going to pick at least 2 of them, and you're going to practice what you would say and what you would do for someone who was in those situations. So, I'm going to read them off. Scenario number 1. Are you ready? You fell off the jungle gym. Or maybe I'll say it this way. Your friend fell off the jungle gym. What could you do to show compassion? Okay, next one. You're being teased on the bus. What would you want someone to do for you, for them to show compassion? Your friend lost their new backpack. How could you show compassion to them? You are having a hard time with math problems. How would you want someone to show compassion to you during that time? You dropped your homework all over the hallway. Now what? How would you want someone to show compassion to you? Or maybe it was your friend. Maybe your friend dropped their stuff all over. How could you show compassion to them? So, with that, I hope gave you some idea of what compassion is. Again, I'm going to put these scenarios, and I want you to practice a couple of them in the discussion below, and I might even put a little worksheet in there for you to complete as well as a separate link. So, with that, I'm signing off. Hope you guys have a great day at home, and that you can check back to the Kanani Weinman YouTube channel for more social skills and reading activities. Have a great day.